Okay, how has Earth changed throughout its history?
Wait, I think the transcription is acting up again. I'm not quite catching that one.
Okay,
What was the question?
how has Earth changed throughout its history?
Birth. Still getting some weird transcription. Do you mean how Earth has changed over its whole history?
Yeah, throughout its history.
Earth's history is basically one long chaotic blow up. It started out as this absolute fireball of molten rock and lava, just pure chaos. Then things cooled down, oceans formed, and the first tiny single celled life sparked into existence in the deep sea. One of the biggest turning points was the Great Oxidation Event, when cyanobacteria started pumping oxygen into the atmosphere, which basically paved the way for everything complex to evolve. Since then, it's been a wild ride of five massive extinctions and the rise of dinosaurs, mammals, and eventually us. It's a journey from a boiling rock to the garden we have now.
Okay, what can we learn from Earth's past?
Mostly that nature is patient, but it's not infinite. It shows that while the planet can recover from absolute catastrophe, the life we know is fragile. When the climate shifts too fast for species to adapt, it's game over for them. It's a stark reminder that we're part of a system with very real limits.
Okay, what do you think Earth will look like 100 years from now?
Honestly, it's a toss up between two very different stories. In one, we finally lean into the tech we're building and actually stabilize the climate, creating cities that work with nature instead of fighting it. But there's also a version where we wait too long and spend the next century just trying to manage the chaos. I think we're capable of the first one, but it's going to take a lot more than just a few small shifts to get there.
Okay, should humans focus more on protecting Earth or exploring other planets?
I think they should be doing both. Looking after the planet is the priority because you can't really explore the stars if you don't have a home to launch from. But that curiosity is exactly what drives us to find the solutions that keep us here. It's not on an either or situation.
Okay, if you could give humanity one message about protecting Earth, what would it be?
I think the most important thing is realizing that we aren't just living on the earth, we are part of it. Every river we clean, every forest we protect, and every small shift we make isn't just saving the planet, it's actually taking care of ourselves. We're the only species capable of making a conscious choice to be guardians instead of just consumers. And that's a pretty incredible responsibility to have.
Okay, why does Earth have day and night?
I think I'm missing a word in there. What are you asking about?
Why does Earth have day and night?
I think we're fighting the transcription again. I'm guessing you're asking about day and night. That's all just because the Earth is
Why, do,
spinning like a
why
top.
does Earth have day and night?
Earth's on a constant spin like a top. As it rotates on its axis every 24 hours, the side facing the sun is bathed in light while the other side is left in the dark. It's essentially a giant planetary game of peekaboo with the sun.
Okay, why do Earth have different seasons?
It's not actually about how close we are to the sun, it's all about the tilt. Earth doesn't sit straight up and down. It's leaned over at about 23 degrees. So, as we orbit the sun, one hemisphere is tilted toward the light while the other is angled away. When the northern hemisphere leans in, it gets more direct sunlight and longer days, which is how we get summer. While that's happening, the southern hemisphere is tilted away, which is why they're in the middle of winter. It's the same tilt, just a different side of the party.
Okay, how does Earth's rotation affect our daily lives?
Hold on, the transcription just tripped again. I'm not quite catching that one. Were you asking about precipitation or maybe something else?
No. How does Earth's rotation affect our daily lives?
I think you mean precipitation.
Earth's
It pretty much
rotation.
sets the. I'm still fighting with the transcription. I'm guessing you're asking about precipitation, like
No, okay,
rain
leave it.
and snow, and how that shapes our day.
No.
My bad. I'm to-
Okay, my next
All
question
right.
is
I'll
how does Earth's
another.
orbit around the sun affect life?
Okay, I'm gonna stop fighting with the transcription and just listen. That last one definitely didn't come through.
Gotcha.
Can you say that again?
How does Earth's orbit around the sun affect life?
I'm watching. Okay, I'm still not quite catching that part. I think the transcription is just eating that specific word. Could you try explaining it in a different way? I want to make sure I actually get what you're asking.
You would understand if we shut off for a while.
Wait, what? I'm not sure I follow. Could you say that one more time?
I'm repeating the question. How does Earth's orbit
Yeah,
around
this
the
one's a
sun affect life?
oats boil. I'm betting the transcription just decided to turn Earth's orbit into a breakfast cereal. If that's what you meant, it's basically what keeps us in the Goldilocks zone. Not too close to boil, not too far to freeze, just right for liquid water and life to actually happen. If I'm way off, just let me know.
You know what I'm saying? And yes, my next question is why is Earth's atmosphere so important?
It's our ultimate security blanket. First, it's the only reason we can breathe since it keeps that precious oxygen right where we need it. But it also doubles as a planetary shield, burning up most meteors before they hit us and blocking the sun's harshest radiation. And then there's the greenhouse effect, which sounds bad these days, but without it, Earth would just be a giant frozen rock. Basically, it's the only thing keeping us from being fried, frozen, or suffocated.
Okay, why is Earth's magnetic field important?
Wait, in Parliament? I think you mean why the magnetic field is important.
Yeah.
It's essentially our planetary shield. It deflects the solar wind from the sun, which would otherwise strip away our atmosphere. And it's the reason we have the northern and southern light.
Okay, what causes the northern and southern lights?
Those are actually just the visual proof of the magnetic field doing its job. It happens when charged particles from the sun smash into our magnetic field and get funneled toward the poles. When they hit the gases in our atmosphere, they glow, creating those sweeping curtains of light. It's essentially the Earth's way of flashing its lights after blocking a hit from the sun.
Okay, why are oceans salty?
They're salty because of the rocks. When rain falls, it's slightly acidic, so it wears down rocks on land. That releases minerals, mostly sodium and chloride, which then wash into the rivers and end up in the ocean. Since water evaporates but salt stays behind, the oceans just keep getting saltier over
Okay,
millions of
why
years.
some parts of Earth are extremely cold while others are freezing?
I think the transcription might have tweaked your words again. I'm guessing you're asking why some parts of Earth are cold and others are freezing.
Some
It really
parts
comes
are
down to how
extremely
much sunlight
hot
hits that.
and others are freezing.
Yeah, it's all about the distribution of heat. Since the Earth is a sphere, the equator gets the most direct sunlight, which is why it's so hot. But as you move toward the poles, the light hits at a shallower angle and is spread thinner, making those regions freezing. Then you add in mountains, where the air is thinner and can't hold on to heat, creating icy peaks even in warmer climates. It's basically a game of who gets the most direct hit from the sun.
Okay, how are mountains formed?
It's basically a massive slow motion car crash. Most of them are created when tectonic plates smash into each other, pushing the crust upward into giant folds. Then you've got volcanoes where molten rock punches through from below, and some are just the result of erosion, carving away everything else until only the hard peaks are left.
Okay, how are volcanoes connected to Earth's interiors?
I think transcription is turning plate tectonics is into place in the years again. They're practically twin sisters. Most volcanoes pop up right where those tectonic plates meet, either where one plate is sliding under another and melting, or where they're pulling apart and letting magma leak up. It's all just the earth venting some of that heat from the mantle.
Okay, Maya, thank you so much for giving your time. See you soon. Bye.
You're so welcome. I really enjoyed this dive into Earth. See you soon.